Greetings everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. We're back again with more Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Have you missed me? I've missed you all. So happy to get back into this playthrough. Let's see, I talked to Ember, I talked to Storyteller, so I think we do just have Daeran left, right? Yes, okay, let's get into it. The Defender's Heart is a splendid choice for the Crusade's outpost. The very sight of these walls brings back fond memories of drinks and revels. The drinks are really good, by the way. People say that you are deliberately trying Queen Galfrey's patience. Is this true? Does it even matter? All of Mendevian high society has declared war on me. They either despise me or they're trying to steer me back onto the right path. And I'm doing everything in my power to keep them on their toes. I relish the prospect of all the fun this mess of Kennebrez will bring. Daeran grins from ear to ear. I shall either commission a song about the great Kennebrez fiasco from a certain talented bard, or confuse the jewelers with a rather tall order, a batch of silver dragon toys with detachable heads. Give me a week, and they will be in every shop in the capital. Evil, your jokes are silly and childish. If you really want to get your revenge, then make your enemies suffer. That is quite dangerous, tiresome, and probably not very fun. Besides, nobody has really pestered me all that much yet. Still, Daeran suddenly adopts a more serious expression. I wouldn't mind making the demons suffer. Our righteous society loves to frown upon the torture of prisoners. Would they frown quite so much if the prisoner in question were an incubus or succubus? May I ask you a few personal questions? You could try. I've heard stories about the tragedy that befell your family. I hope you don't feel obliged to offer me your insincere condolences on this unfortunate occasion. My whole family, my entire noble line, they all died, and demons are to blame. It's not like I actually loved any of my relatives except for my mother, but what's gone is gone. The family crypts are full of corpses, all covered in dust and the shadows of the past. What do you cherish most in life? There are far too many things that I cherish to fit them all into a single conversation. Believe it or not, but I might be one of the most life-loving people you've ever known. Daeran smiles. His eyes are gleaming with something different from his usual impudence and irony. There's a dreamy air about him all of a sudden. I rarely meet anyone who embraces the joys of living as enthusiastically as myself. There are so many exciting and beautiful things in the world. It should be illegal to waste your time on anything you do not enjoy. And I am not afraid to repeat that to anyone's face, should it be Deskari and his demonic herd, or Iomedae, the Lightbringer herself. What do you hate the most? The feeling of helplessness, the lack of control over my own life. Daeran replies without thinking. Then he adds, with obvious sarcasm, and onion rings, of course. I'd murder the person who came up with those abominations. You don't seem especially keen on helping people, but your knowledge of healing is truly impressive. What prompted your interest in that? Ah, if you really want to try out everything life has to offer, you also have to understand how to deal with the consequences. And I'm not talking about a simple hangover, mind you. Do you have any good stories about your past exploits? I've got plenty, but I have to warn you that even the most outrageous debauchery sounds far less thrilling when you were not the one doing the debauching. Still, since you asked, I suppose the worst mess I've ever gotten myself into was when I staged my own kidnapping. I was once in correspondence with one of the Riverland nobles, the young Lord Lebeda, and he told me about his days as a hostage to a group of bandits. This made me wonder, what would it be like? And I thought that it might be fun to set up a little experiment. I engineered my own kidnapping by a certain gang through a chain of intermediaries and hired actors. Those fellows took the job very seriously. They caught me by surprise, killed my 2 bodyguards, and even tied me up. Of course, the whole thing seems preposterous now, but it seemed like an ingenious idea at the time. The employers had told the kidnappers that they were to keep me safe and sound, and another group of mercenaries in disguise was watching the spectacle from afar, ready to interfere in case anything went wrong. It turned out to be a terrible idea nonetheless. It wasn't the least bit fun or exciting. Sure, those bandits have been unable to torture or hurt me physically in any way, but they had plenty of other, non-invasive methods of humiliation in their arsenal, taking almost all your clothes off and splashing ice cold water all over you, for example. Yeah, I can't even remember if I said anything truly offensive to provoke them. Even though I initially planned to let them go after the ransom, their overly emotional reactions made me change my mind. I told my mercenaries to hang them all on the spot. I suppose the whole ordeal taught me a valuable lesson, which is that I am not built for hardships and trials. Wait, you just told me that a couple of your bodyguards died during the staged kidnapping. Does that mean 2 innocent people lost their lives so that you could have a bit of fun? Daeran pales a little, but not out of shame. Oh, spare me. It irks me beyond all measure when I hear about the suffering of innocence. He sighs, looks away, and continues in a flat, polite tone. Yes, the bodyguards died. Guarding nobles is a dangerous job. They were well aware of the risk. I don't really see a problem with that. Besides, they proved their incompetence. They would have stood no chance against real kidnappers. These mind games of yours will come back to bite you sooner or later. I hope not. I enjoy myself. I enjoy my life. And I'd like to keep this going for as long as possible. So that was a stupid story, and now I'll tell you a truly brilliant one. Prelate Joran had always strictly prohibited any public celebrations in Kennebrez, and he always picked on me for my lack of respect for the fallen and whatnot. His grumbling annoyed me so much that one day I drove 4 barges into the city harbor and set up a celebration on their decks. The ships on the river didn't fall under the prelate's jurisdiction, you see, so all he could do was snarl at me from the embankment. I, for one, did not forget the old boy. The main attraction of the festivities involved an inquisitor of I Am a Day dancing and roasting beautiful witches on the illusory bonfires, taking off his clothes with every new victim. The spectacle was so heated, in every sense of the word, that the prelate almost had a stroke. Daeran gives you a mischievous smile. I still consider that one of my finest ideas of all time. Should the Crusaders ever succeed in their efforts against the Worldwound, I will do my utmost to get permission to hold a grand public celebration. Rivers of wine, free of charge, an obligatory parade and a carnival in the evening, a contest for the most provocative succubus costume with a hefty prize in gold, another contest where the participants have to fish a sausage out of a wine jar blindfolded with their hands tied behind their back. The wine will symbolize the blood of all the dead heroes of the war, and the sausage, well, they'll find a heroic meaning for that as well. Over the years, the commemoration of the greatest victory of light over darkness will turn into an ordinary holiday, a fine excuse to get sloshed and rut like animals in the street. Do you enjoy being mean to everyone? Yes. And here I thought you were hurling insults at people purely by accident. Daeran laughs. This time his smile is surprisingly soft. I like your way with words. What did you expect me to say if I want to make a good impression? Something along the lines of, I'm not mean. I'm just being honest with myself and everyone else. That's what people use as an excuse when they want to keep up their saccharine facade while still saying whatever nasty little thoughts spring to mind. This is not what I do. I have no hidden agenda. I'm just as much of an insufferable prick as I seem to be. Some people are simply begging for a good dose of mockery, so who am I to deny them? I don't give a damn if anyone holds a grudge against me, which is why I don't even try to avoid it. I have no more questions. I hope this conversation was at least the slightest bit amusing. I'd like to talk about life in Mendev and the Crusade. Ask. I'm all ears. What's your opinion on Mendev today in general? It doesn't exist, Daeran scowls. It is a frontier country that has attracted every utopian, adventurer, and fanatic from all over the world for more than a century. It is a place where the strangers outnumber the locals, especially in the cemeteries. The population of Mendev, for the most part, consists of humans and other races not exactly known for their longevity. So the current generation of Mendevians were born in the shadow of the Worldwound and raised by the Crusades. I might be the last person to complain about the decline of traditions and lack of character in our country, but I also happen to come from one of Mendev's most ancient lineages. Its history is bred deep in my bones. My tutors told me stories about my heritage, the galleries, libraries, and even the interiors of the manors I grew up in were filled to the brim with memories of events long past. There are many heroes of old Mendev among my glorious ancestors, or at the very least, patrons of contemporaries of such heroes. Does anyone actually remember them now? I don't think so. These days, Mendev has its own heroes in shining armor and with holy fire in their eyes. I myself remember how several streets that once celebrated my ancestors were renamed in honor of some crusaders who had died in a heroic fashion. None of the citizens remember the old crossing festival that was eventually replaced by our mosque. These holidays even share the same date. Pretty much the only authentic thing about Mendev now is its endless war with the demons. And is there a point in bemoaning this state of affairs? What's gone is gone. But at least we are no longer some tiny godforsaken northern kingdom, and that's something, isn't it? You don't really like Crusaders, do you? Quite the opposite. When I think about how many devoted heroes are willing to protect this world against a demonic threat, I feel so inspired. Inspired to continue indulging my vices while they fight to keep me safe. Imagine being someone like me, someone who has everything they could possibly desire: youth, beauty, wealth, an honest wish to live and enjoy living, but vanishingly few ways to put it all to any use. The fact that the word fun itself is not yet outlawed in Mendev must be due to some bureaucratic oversight. You can celebrate your victories solemnly. You can wet your whistle after a challenging battle. But what about real fun, joys, pleasures? I can't remember a single evening at court without someone chastening me for my banquets, my lovers and mistresses, my luxuriant clothes, my everything. It would have been a lot easier to tolerate all those hypocrites if they took a break once in a while. Instead, there was a constant fuss about how I wasn't doing anything for the greater good and how I only brought shame to my royal cousin. What do you think of our enemies? Do you mean the demons themselves or their followers? The former deserve to be cleansed with heavenly fire for their unholy origin alone, and the latter for their idiocy. I don't understand why a sane person would submit themselves to Deskari or Cabribri. Alright, Lady Nocticula almost seems like a bearable enough mistress, yet there are so many other cultists. They've tried to recruit me twice already, and I'm not even that old. First, a very pretty tiefling girl tried to seduce me. Then they came with promises of Lord Baphomet's endless boons. I still wonder what exactly the old hornhead could offer me that I don't already have. You know what I've been thinking? Every shopkeeper knows this trick. An enticing offer along the lines of 1 in every 100 buns from my bakery contains a silver coin. And, of course, a hired actress to make a memorable show of finding said coin in her sweet roll. And there you have it. Hundreds of gullible fools storm the shop, hoping to win a prize for themselves. I think the infamous Areelu Vorlesh was such an actress for the Lord of the Abyss, a petty Sarkorian witch who became the uncrowned queen of the Worldwound, waited upon hand and foot by demon lords. Only, instead of visiting a bakery, the gullible fools rushed to join the cultists. We have an army of unbelievably powerful supernatural invaders from another dimension, hell-bent on destruction and domination. And what do those fools do? They serve them willingly as pawns and lackeys, hoping against hope that someday their masters will notice them. You won't believe how delighted I am to be so vain and self-absorbed. These sins protect me against demonic temptation better than any virtue. I can't think of anything else at the moment. Wonderful. What made you join my party after all? You mean instead of carousing far away from Kenebras with a small army of mercenaries to protect me? I will get to that. You see, when you appeared at my door out of nowhere, awash with bravery and heroism, and started tossing demons around like rag dolls, I thought that your company might be more exciting than my usual crowd of sycophantic hanger-ons. You seemed competent and mysterious at the same time. So I decided that a little demon hunting wouldn't hurt, especially with such an intriguing entourage. That party had been growing staler with every passing second anyway. Needless to say, I'm not here for long. I shall return to the capital or even one of my country estates as soon as we reclaim the city. Crusades, bellowing commanders, row upon row of identical tents. This is not the life for me, but I will certainly remember you and our adventures together for a week, or perhaps even longer than that. I should go. Goodbye. All right. Excellent. Now let's head into here. We'll still wait until we finish. We'll just quest line to go through our conversation with him. The elf's pale, beautiful face bears an expression of melancholy detachment. How may I help? I met Kalisa. Forn's melancholic expression remains calm, but his entire body tenses and his fingers wrap around the handle of his weapon. Under what circumstances? I hope you seized the opportunity to kill her. Are you certain of your allegations? Forn lowers his head and says in a hollow voice, I am. Her misdeeds are terrible and proven with absolute certainty. She claims she doesn't serve the demons. Of course she does. In an attempt to buy her life, she would stoop to the boldest and the most egregious of lies. Whose words do you trust? Hers or mine? I let her go. After giving you a saddened look, Forn stares off into the distance. Your decision is regrettable. I'm afraid that in doing so, you've condemned her many future victims to death. I suppose it just means that bringing this hunt to a close falls upon my shoulders. I have to go. Good fortune to you. Okay. And then I bought the bag of holding, and you know, we'll go ahead and rest. Oh, I should have checked people's spells. Crap, I forgot to... Oh, wait. There we go. Do I have the spells I want? We need to take Woljif with us. So I need to make sure he's built up right. For now, we'll make him a spellcaster. We might switch that up later. Yeah. Oh, no. Not these either. Yeah. Knowledge Arcana. That's what we need, right? Because... Let me check this. Yeah, 4 trickery, 4 mobility, 2 in sneak attack. Okay, 2 sneak attack, 4 mobility, trickery, and knowledge arcana. Cool. Mobility, trickery, we're getting knowledge arcana up, and I don't want to lose any perception, so this works. Okay, cool. And then, no. Well, actually, mirror image works. Yeah, sure. But the other one, Scorching Ray. There we go. And then, why is it not? There we go. Party members. Thank you very much. Sure. Whatever. You know, for now, we'll give you all Scorching Ray. What do I want? Boom, 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 boom. I guess we can have 1 grease in there, and then the rest magic missile. You're automatic. You don't have anything. Bark skin. Bark skin for you. Bark skin for Sela. Don't really need bark skin for anybody else. And I guess you could take, no, you know what? No, this is actually useful to me right now. Well, no, but it's not useful for 2 people, so we'll stick with, yeah, we'll stick with giving you some false life. That's fine. You should not need more of these, right? But you know what? We'll let you stick with this just in case. And then you, more scare. I could give you this other stuff, but no, we're gonna hold off on that. And do we want anything from here? Yeah, Grease gives you a little bit. That's fine. Don't underestimate Grease. Okay. Go ahead and rest. You refuse to admit that life is ruled by despair and that hope only deceives people. But despair is what led you to Ayamade, isn't that true? If you had just hope for the best, you would still be a thief. Don't preach your silly ideas to me. I didn't wallow in despair. I did the right thing. That's totally different. The pious Seela has very little patience for
Let us
Ember.
be off.
All right. And let's see. Klaem seems remarkably at ease. His face is untroubled, as if his life and the lives of everyone else in the tavern aren't hanging by a thread. As he reads a dog-eared book and makes notes in the margins, he notices you, looks up from the page, and gives you an amiable nod. Tell me about yourself. I'm from Taldor. I began suffering Nethys from a very young age. I swept the temple, dusted the books, and I studied. I dreamed of becoming a theurge, but for whatever reason, no matter how well I performed magic or how devoutly I prayed, I could never combine those two strengths. And then I came across Mirmir's book about the application of magic and the struggle against the demons, and her words revealed a great secret to me, that faith is dead without deeds, that anyone who seeks knowledge for its own sake, or power, or glory, will not achieve anything unless they direct it toward a worthy purpose. I renounced Nethys and swore myself to Ayamade. I crossed an entire continent to meet Lady Mirmir and ask her to take me on as a student. And it was here, in this accursed land, fighting against the forces of the abyss, that I finally realized the true purpose of magic and prayer. I became a theurge because I finally had a reason to become one. Tell me about your order. Our order devotes itself to mystical research and the pursuit of secret knowledge. We spend just as much time on spells as we do on prayers and weapon drills. At the end of the day, our enemy is not of this world, which means that to fight it, we need knowledge that is not of this world either. I can see that Mirmir the scholar means a lot to you. She's my teacher, Klaem responds simply. Without her, I wouldn't be who I am today. What are you reading? Klaem closes the book and shows you the cover, selected passages from the letters of Saint Limerin. It's amazing how humble she was. She could have been the high priestess of the Church of Ayamade if she'd wanted to. Power was hers for the taking, but clearly it wasn't a temptation for her. Reading these letters, I understand why Ayamade made Limerin one of her servants after she died. Can you help us when we attack the Great Garrison? There is one ritual that we've been wanting to test for a long time. If it works as it should, we can offer you an effect similar to a haste spell, not for a handful of seconds, but for scores of minutes, maybe even hours. I have to go. Be careful. Our foes like to pretend to be our friends. All right, and the tieflings. If we make it through this, I'm never going near the Worldwound ever again. Look who it is, the tiefling raised a hand in greeting. Who would have thought that I'd end up in the Crusader army? Go figure. Did Erebeth accept you? With open arms. She knows exactly who I am and where I'm from, but she's come down with a convenient case of amnesia where I'm concerned. And who could blame her? The city's in a bad way. You don't turn down help in a situation like this, no matter what quarter it comes from. How can you help us when we attack the Great Garrison? I'll tell you straight, we're not getting involved in any fight. Warriors, we ain't. But we can scout, sneak right under the demons' noses, look for traps and hidden doors. In other words, we can smooth the path for your whole operation. And then all you have to do is go in there and bump off the demons. Nothing to it. You're thieflings. Why aren't you with Charisma and the rest of them? Look here, somebody seems very well informed. You even know the name of our leader. When things started heating up, Sister Charisma betrayed us all. Now it's every tiefling for himself. We're all scrambling to claim our share and get the hell out of here. We're supposed to meet in a prearranged location, the one who survived, that is. We went to the Great Garrison to get our stash, and look how that turned out. One of the gang got trapped in the rubble. So here's your answer. It's now every man for himself, and that means that we're all free to do what we want. I'm going now. See you. Good luck out there. Don't get trapped on any rubble now. Okay. And whoops. Where is this dude Smith? There we go. Think you got some extra dialogue, right? Hello. What can I do for you? If you know who's in the city, maybe you could tell me something about Count Arende? I'll tell you, why not? Everyone knows the story, you see, but you could say that I'm the one who found it, in a way. The Arendes are a very wealthy and ancient line, and they hail from the outlying areas of Kenebres. That's where the Arende family seat is, along with their ancestral lands. In the past, if Mendev was ever feuding with Sarkoris, or some clan from there was causing trouble, the Count and Countess Arende were the ones who would defend the border with their soldiers. Their main residence was called Heaven's Edge. It still stands to this day, north of here, on the road toward Dresden. But no one lives there now. Around 10 or so years ago, there was a grand celebration held at the estate. The mother and the guardian of the current count invited the great and the good to celebrate his birthday. The entire Rende clan was there, as well as many other nobles. And then, without warning, the demons struck. Clearly, they couldn't ignore such a perfect opportunity to cut down so many of Mendev's great dynasties in one fell swoop. There was even a chance that the queen herself would make an appearance, for she was related to the count as well. Well, when no news came from the estate, a troop of inquisitors was sent to investigate. They forced open the gates and discovered a manor full of corpses. They all perished, Joran says sorrowfully. The servants, the guards, the guests, including some of Iomede's chosen clerics and paladins. The demons had unleashed a magical plague, terrifying and strange, the likes of which hadn't been seen before or since. And among all this was young Daeran Arende, the only survivor. The Count had a talent for divine magic since his youth, healing magic in particular, and that must be why he didn't die along with the rest. He couldn't explain how he survived the disease. I saw him that day when they brought him into the city, pale and barely conscious of his surroundings. So that's the story. Since then, Heaven's Edge has stood abandoned, sealed off to the outside world. People are still afraid to go near the place. I have to go. Torag, watch over you. If you need something from me, don't be afraid to stop by. Okay. That's all the conversations we have here for right now. Finally, let's head back out, pick up another party member. Unfortunately, we need Woljif in the party, so you're gonna have to go because we need Camellia as well. Even though Ember is super useful in this particular act, it pains me to let her go, but I do not want to do the Defender's Heart defense if I can at all help it. All right. Ancient Trees and Wonders. Awesome. Okay. Now right here. Scroll of Blessed Weapon. Some scrolls have been torn apart and some have been trodden on by muddy boots. Hello? Is anyone there? Phew! Free at last. I thought I'd be flattened like a pancake under the rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain, but my head is still foggy for some reason. What's with all the hubbub in the city? The name's Finnean. I'm a Pathfinder. If there's anything I can do to help, I will. You're a Pathfinder? That's right, Finnean Dismar, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the Worldwound wherever my tasks lead me, scouting, mostly. But this last while, I've been hanging around in Kenebres, waiting until I'm needed again. I'm bored out of my mind, but at least this shop makes for better lodging than some inn. What I meant was, what are you? What's that supposed to mean? I just told you. You want to know where I hail from? Is that it? Well, I'm from around here, actually. We Kellids of the Star-Eye clan fled when the Worldwound trouble began, but I couldn't stand by while the demons wreaked havoc, so I came back. Or did you mean to ask about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I'm a skilled and capable fellow, if I do say so myself. I can swing a sword and poke with a spear, but what I'm best at is communing with the spirits. They call me, folks like me, Phantom Blades. A Phantom Blade? What's that? It's like a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that some spirit took a liking to me at some point, and it could turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, eh? I don't need any whetstones or enchantments. Doesn't take up space either. Although, to be fair, it's not a barrel of laughs. The spirits that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places, and they're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles that leave few survivors. The city is under attack by the demons. Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. Then the guards came. Everyone's running around. After that, it's a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. If there are demons in Kennebrest, we must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone. And besides, the more the merrier. How did you end up in this shop? Yeah, I've been here so long I don't even remember anymore. Just sitting and waiting for word from the Pathfinders, but it looks like everyone has forgotten about me. The shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinders, so I've taken up residence here. All right, I'll take you with me. I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party is missing? A sword? A spear? A bow? Just say the word. All right. So, who needs them? You, oh, that's right. You should be automatically doing this. You, what do you got? March and Terror. Definitely want you using that. You've got a cold iron rapier. That's interesting. You've got +1 composite cold iron. What are you right now? Composite longbow. So you got composite cold iron ghost touch. All right, better than one he has. Yeah, we'll go ahead. Well, actually, now that I think about it, you're supposed to be using spells. You need this more. Rapier, yep, +1. You need that more. That's fine. We'll put that on you for now. Okay. And we'll move on from there.
Can't hide from me.
Demonic Heart. Excellent. The polished oak shells once showcased magic rings and amulets. Now all that's left are the grubby handprints of the robbers. I don't know why these two are different fonts, but okay. Hey, I'm missing perception checks. What? Seriously, it's not going to give me that perception check? Ah, that's annoying. Unique weapons and antique armor were previously displayed on these stands. It's unlikely their new owners even know their true value. Ah, missed it by 1. Come on, land.
Let's move.
This is where it lay. The moon of the abyss. Pipe Fox. Provides a +3 insight bonus on knowledge arcana and +2 insight bonus on perception checks. Well, we could have used that for just a second ago.
Follow me.
Will it let you do another try when you increase your perception right then and there? Doesn't look like it. Oh well. And we'll grab that. The formerly well-appointed shop now looks a sorry state. It has been completely ransacked. Lying in the corner next to a scorched wall are the soot-covered shards of a clay golem's head. The golem's eyes glow in the gloom. Master. Code word. Hand of Aurori. Code word. Correct. The golem's eyes glow brighter. Awaiting orders. Where did you come from? Who created you? This golem was created by Gaffrin and Son. Address, 3rd building on the right, Jeweler's Alley, Nerosian, Mendev. Model, G504ENE, which stands for Experimental and Enhanced. For all inquiries, contact Mr. Gaffrin. Tell me about any suspicious people who came to the shop in the last week. The golem is silent for a moment. 56 individuals enter the shop. Human, female, old. No male, old. Human, female. There'll be real enough customers till nightfall. We need to ask in a different way. Were any other suspicious people tieflings? The golem is silent for a while. Tieflings, 3. Tiefling male, middle-aged. Tiefling male, young. Tiefling female, young. Describe the young male tiefling. Tiefling male, medium height, short arms curling backwards, medium limp tail, eye color yellow, hair color black. Special observations, annoyed master. Horns, hair, tail, that sounds like me, but it's not possible. I know what the security is like here. I didn't come near the place. I give you my word, Chief. No special observations. Subject was unremarkable. There, see? Can't have been me. Describe the middle-aged male tiefling. Tiefling male, medium height, long horns, medium length tail, eye color, pale blue, skin color, dark, special observations, red hair. Oh, that's our trait. I bet your life on it. Charisma drilled it into our heads that we wasn't to go hanging about the shop. Red hair. We've got a couple of gingers and plenty more who get it out of a bottle. So much for a special observation. Golems ain't all they cracked up to be. Maybe his master knows more. Describe the female tiefling. Tiefling female. Above average height. Hair. Long. Pale. Tail not observed. Long horns. Eye color. Blue. Special observations. Scar on nose. Baldric with gold stitching. I don't know that one. A new arrival most likely. Gold stitching. Wouldn't mind getting to know her a little better. Enough. The golem is silent, waiting for an order. Where's your master? Philemon Philotros, my master, is in his hiding place. Revealing the location of the hiding place is prohibited. 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 He'll likely hold himself up in the basement where the commotion started. The entrance should be around here somewhere. Where's the basement in this place? The basement is below me. I guard the basement. Leaving my post is prohibited. I found out everything I want to know.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
You're so awesome, Lan. Liquor.
I am helpful, am I not?
Quite, darling. The elderly gnome, so portly as to be nearly spherical, is curled up in the corner of the basement, shaking. Marauders, bandits, scavengers! And a very good day to you as well, my dear shopkeep. Yeah, makes sense. We're all of those things and much, much more. Before you report us to the authorities, mind if we have a chat? Shut it, or you pay for your insults with your life. The gnome's hands scrabble around on the floor, seemingly in search of something to hurl at you. The Eagle Watch have probably caught up with the bandits by now, and you won't get off lightly either. You can be sure of that. The gnome notices Woljif, and his rounded face turns scarlet. You, Woljif, the dirty little sneak thief. You've been sniffing around my shop for years. Finally worked up the courage to rob me, did you? Get out of here. You and your pals have taken everything already, I'm sure. The gnome seems to settle slightly. My name's Philemon Philotros. I was the owner of this shop, but I'm not sure I can claim to be the owner of anything now. I hope there's at least something left of it. Oh, come off it. Your shop's just fine. It's a bit ransacked, maybe, but nothing a bit of spit and polish can't fix. Where were you the night of the robbery? Do you think I robbed my own shop? I was here in the basement. I was told to make it look like I'd left. The Watch is very keen to get their hands on those thieflings. They seem to be multiplying all over Golarion. So, of course, I did everything they said, and I've been stuck in this basement since then. The golem wouldn't move away from the door, no matter how much I yelled at it. But then I thought that it was all to the good. Somebody came by after the guards and caused a ruckus upstairs, bellowing like mad, taking advantage of my absence. Tell me about the tieflings that have visited Ancient Trees and Wonders recently. Why should I tell you anything about my customers? You're not from the City Guard or the Eagle Watch. Chief, if he keeps digging his heels in, just say the word. I know how to loosen his tongue. Oh, either way. Intimidate. Reach for your weapons. Start talking, or else. Philemon recoils. All right. Just put that away. I'll tell you everything. Answer questions if it's so important. Tell me about Woljif. Philemon's face wrinkles in distaste. Well, Woljif Jefto, right? Yes, I've known him a long time, though I'd rather not known him at all. He's been skulking around my shop for years, treating the place like a free museum. He always wanted to look at the moon of the abyss. I chase him out, but he just slinked back in again. If he was with the gang that robbed my shop, I'll bet anything he swiped the moon. How come I'm the prime suspect? Whoever betrayed us all, that's the one who's got the moon. I want to see him return too, you get me? I don't like the idea of other people's grubby mitts on it. Tell me about the red-haired tiefling. Philemon falls to thinking. Red-haired tiefling. I suppose, yes, there was one who came in, spent a long time looking around. He was a person of modest means, I could tell by his clothes, but he asked me to show him an Asmere-made chainmail. He certainly couldn't afford it. That's when I suspected that something was off. I checked out everything after he left, but nothing was missing, and that put my mind at ease. I can't remember what he looked like. I didn't get a good look at his face. All I remember is that he was wrapped in a green cloak, like he was freezing, but that's all I have. That's it. With that description, we'll surely sniff him out. Come on, Chief, back to Sister Charisma. We go to have a good, long shifty at my brothers and sisters and put all these clues together. Something tells me our trader isn't going to wriggle out of this one. Tell me about the tiefling woman. Philemon scratches his chin. A tiefling woman? Ah, yes, I remember now. A noble lady, unlike the tiefling ruffians who we have around here. She purchased magical equipment for the Crusade and she promised to come again. If only all tieflings were like that, I'd be laughing all the way to the bank. I found out everything I want to know. If that isn't enough to help you catch the thieves, then I don't know what else to tell you. Now be on your way and leave me in peace with my wreck of a shop. I love the look and design of gnomes, even from here. The way you can do crazy things with the colors in their hair and the designs, it's awesome. Feel like they did a really, really nice
March
job.
on.
It's one of the main things I love about Regal as well. The fact that he's so stoic and serene, but at the same time, he's got this crazy looking hair as a gnome. I think it's all very fantastic. All right, let's save. I might end up save scumming this, but hopefully not. I want a specific thing. Charisma drums her fingers nervously on the handle of her blade. Well, are you going to tell me who the traitor is? The name and the moon of the abyss that they stole. I don't need anything else. I'm ready to give a name. Actually, I met some thieflings from your gang. One of them got trapped trying to get into an underground passage. Charisma shrugs. And what? We all made a pact, everyone for themselves. We'll meet up at the arranged time and place. If they were dumb enough to crawl into some hole in the ground, that's their lookout. I'm not their nanny. I'm ready to give a name. Well, go on, tell her. The traitor is Melroon. You'll pay for this. WOTR and Hepsamir will get you in the end. Ooh, stabs him in the back, literally. Rough. And the extra kick. Grab him, taking him away for questioning. Charisma looks wary, but her earlier tension has clearly lifted. He confessed. Someone connected to the cult of Baphomet ordered him to steal the moon of the abyss, and the best idea he could come up with was to drag us into it. He got the scroll to take out the golem. He betrayed us to Erebus so that he could swipe the amulet in the chaos. He thought we'd get nicked and he'd slink off to meet up with his customer. You got the moon of the abyss? Let me look at it one more time. My whole life I've dreamt of holding it in my hands, if only for a second. He said when he got to the window display, the moon was gone. He's lying, of course. He had time to hand the moon off to the person who ordered it. Bloody cultist. I don't really give a toss. I'm just glad we got to the bottom of this. What are you going to do now? Clear out of this place. The sooner the better. This city's dying. I don't want to die with it. This city would have already died if not for the people who stood up to defend it with their weapons in their hands. So, defend it. I'm not stopping you. It's your city. But we've always been outsiders here. Why would we fight for you now? Can I join the family? Charisma burst out laughing. That's all you want? You could have your pick of the non-tiefling gangs. You've no need to tread on our territory. The family is for tieflings only. No exceptions. What are you going to do to the traitor? Charisma nonchalantly picks at her nails with her knife tip. He'll be sent to visit his distant relatives on their farm, to think about what he did. Any more questions? I have to go. Good decision. I don't plan to hang around long either. Charisma turns to leave. Woljif nervously bites his lip. His cheeks are flushed and his tail is swishing through the air. You forgot something. What now? You should be happy to be alive. An apology. You promised to apologize to me, loudly, in front of everyone. We're alone now, but I still want to hear it. Well? Ah, that. Charisma shrugs indifferently. So, sorry, I suppose, for being wrong about you, this time. Don't think that just because you didn't act like a jerk this one time, that it cancels out the rest of your record. I know all about you. Till next time, Woljif. Diplomacy 20. That was the most pathetic apology I've ever heard. Charisma's eyes harden, but then she sighs. All right, fine. I'm sorry, Woljif. Let's part on good terms. And now apologize to me as well. When you falsely accuse my ally, you accuse me too. A flurry of emotions pass across Charisma's face. When she finally opens her mouth, her words trickle out slowly, like each one is a struggle. And I'm sorry to you too. And to make it up to you, here. She pulls a key from her pocket and tosses it to you. And now, I'm leaving. Woljif watches her go, his tail relaxing. You made some impression on her. I've never seen Sister Charisma back down before. Listen, Chief, when you got a spare minute, come see me. I have something I want to discuss with you. But for now, let's get out of here. I don't like sitting below ground when the building above is ready to crash down on our heads. Awesome. I think that's the first time I succeeded in both persuasion checks on the first try. Those are usually really, really tough. But I like being able to successfully intimidate her, especially after how dismissive she was of Woljif. All right, that uses the key.
Aha!
And then we'll take care of the trap.
I hope you appreciate this.
Wait a minute, what the? Are you serious? What is going on with my perception? Okay. Well, then, I hope I did save after I cleared the perception check, right? Please tell me I saved. I saved. Yeah. Okay, cool. I saved. Woo. Let's try that again. All right.
Well, hello there.
You serious? Did y'all all fail this
Am
perception
I not?
check again? What is the problem? Holy smokes, I didn't realize it was that difficult. It's a 23? That's no joke. All right. Save's coming again. Let's see. This time.
Oh, skip the pleasantries.
Use the things to try to increase the save.
Well?
That's... Oh, I don't want to use that. Damage bonuses. This helps with... No. Not that either.
Rely on me.
I'll make my own.
That's the only thing I have. Alright.
Can't hide from me.
Are you serious?
I hope you appreciate this.
Oh, this is annoying as heck. This perception check has never been this hard. This must be a change that they made. It was never ever this difficult
I
before.
heed the voice of the spirits.
And let me
Rules
just
are
confirm this
made to be
does.
broken.
Oh no, that doesn't even help with your skill checks. What was I thinking? don't have anything that'll help me boost my skill checks right now, huh?
I stand ready.
I stand
We
ready.
will win this
Well.
war.
And of course, I don't have any items that are gonna help.
I'm here. Where else would I go?
What are you wearing? Cold iron? Yeah. Cold iron's good. Help you with those demons.
Well, hello there.
Can't hide
There
from
we go.
me.
Finally. Come on, man.
I hope you appreciate
Get it together.
this.
All right. Collect all that. Sharp strike. So you can discover this wall without winning that check, but if you do, this 1,500 in gold will not be in the chest. I'm pretty sure, or at least in the beta, you had to clear that speech check with her in order to get that cash. And of course, in the grand scheme of the game, that cash is inconsequential, but I just like it. Did I not pick that up? Hopefully I picked it up now. My bad. All right, yep, gained 1,500, we're good. All right, Woljif's quest is finished. So now, we just need to clear the Gay Garrison, the Grey Garrison, and the stuff down here. We will do the stuff down here first. So let's go to Topaz Solutions. Because some of those market square fights are really, really tough. And I think we can get a level up
Save the last one for me.
before we have to do it. So why not go ahead and take advantage of that? Don't you get... Yeah, you get cantrips. Who's right here? He's attacking next. Yeah.
Cover me, all right?
Next one, right again. Oh wow! Oh wow! Absolutely, Woljif. Great job. Great job.
The light take you.
Come on now, Sela. You can do better.
Forwards!
If Woljif can do it, you can too. You don't get cantrips, right? Yeah, no, you don't. But you got a bow and arrow. Oh well, land.
You brought the
There we
wrong mongrel.
All right, that did not require turn-based, but it was already on, so I was like, might
Let's
as well.
move.
What's your problem? Oh, you're staggered. He's always staggered at the beginning of combat. It really doesn't matter for him though, because he's a spellcaster, so it's not like he's supposed to be running up to enemies anyway. Fight. Almost. There we go. Oh, I have to actually go in? Oh crap, I didn't remember that. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, this fight. Ah, crap. Ooh, this fight is rough. This
No
fight
reason
can
to
be
pause.
really, really rough. I still don't have any of her defensive spells. Oh, that's not good.
I'll watch your back.
Yeah. I have to go ahead and just use it all, because this ain't the type of fight where you want to be holding back.
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet. Something
yeah,
wrong?
That doesn't work for her. Oh well. He's gonna want to use grease ASAP.
We should move.
You. Oh, that's right. We want to. Here we go. All right. Let's see how this goes. It's been a while since I had to do this. Yeah, this dude over here.
My
Okay.
tail is restless.
So let's see if we can get him on the ground. Whoops. No. Let's just see if we can get him on the ground. And
I
then
tire of waiting.
let's also see if we can close range.
I can't cast it like that. I can't cast it like
Oh, it
that.
has to be on a person. There we go. Fine.
Open your heart to me.
And then, yeah.
Can we retreat already?
Oh, yeah. Turn base. None of this matters. Alright, fine. Whatever. He's gotta move. Might as well move away from where the Nas is gonna be. And deal with you.
Won't survive
Yep.
me.
Excellent. You get him on the ground. Reflex save. Of course, of course, of course. How about running around terrified?
F no.
You overcame the spell resistance, but nothing appears to be happening. Interesting. And then, yeah,
I'll
sure, I
cut you
guess.
wide open.
Oh, that was unpleasant. I can't. Yeah, there we go. You are considered. Oh no, a mimic is neutral. So, whereas this guy, I'm gonna take it. Yeah, you're not neutral. So here, can she charge? No, she can't.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Holy smokes! Oh, she crit hit. I was like, wow, I've never taken him out in just one hit before. Nice. You. How's this work? 17, very nice. Land, full attack, full attack. And one hit, we'll take it. And here.
Stab you or zap you. Why not both?
There we go.
We won't falter.
There we go.
The spirits demand your blood.
Hey, very nice. Ah, figures. Whatever.
I will see to your demise.
There we go.
Make every strike count.
Nice. That was yet another good fight to just go ahead and have turn base on. And I just picked up Light Crossbow of Oracle's Misery, which I will absolutely go ahead and put on Daeran. And what's this? Whenever they wear this ring, shoots an enemy engaged in melee combat hits. -1 penalty on attack rolls. Definitely will go ahead and put that on. Yeah, let's go ahead and give that to you. Excellent. Okay. That.
I'll make my
Come
own
on.
legend.
You really plan to stay sitting down there this whole time, girl? Come on now. Hey. All right. We found a new recipe. We'll deal with that in just a moment. But first,
The heartbeat quickens.
I don't think we need an all for just one. See you later. You plan to attack anytime soon? Or you just gonna stand? Oh, okay, you are. You didn't even get a chance to attack. Cool. I was about to say. There we go. All right. And now finally, the Tirabade residence. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so we need to clear this place out, but I think this is a good place to go ahead and stop. Hope all of you enjoyed the video today. If you did, please leave me a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.